How can earth be so corrupt and yet be created by God? If God created both heavens and the earth, is heaven more superior than earth? That's what we want to address today. This is your host, Robin, and welcome to DNA series on identity. We start today on the second part of Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. We want to just look at the second part of that verse. God created heavens and the earth. I want to say that again. God created heavens and the earth. Did you hear that? God actually created earth as well. A lot of times we long to get to heaven and somehow pass through this earth very fast. But we should know that if God created earth, there was a purpose to it. See, earth was part of God's plan. Earth was not an afterthought for God. And by no means, God wanted earth to be less superior than heaven, because he looked at both heaven and earth and he said it looked good. Psalms 24 again. The earth and everything, every being, every creature in it belongs to the Lord. Isaiah 45 says this: God did not create it simply for nothing, but he formed so that people could dwell in it. Isn't that amazing? Psalms 37 says it this way: the righteous will possess the earth and will live forever in it. When we are trying to escape earth, this is what Psalms 37 says: the righteous will possess the earth. Come on. The righteous will possess the earth and will live forever in it. And Isaiah chapter 6 verse 3 says, the whole earth is full of his glory. Come on, how can the whole earth be filled with his glory and yet we don't see it? How come the earth is filled with full of his glory and yet we can't wait just to get into heaven? I hope you're seeing the pattern. The earth belongs to God. The earth was formed for people to dwell. The earth was formed so that the righteous could inherit it, could possess it, and could live in it forever. And Isaiah, it ends with saying the earth is filled with his glory. Whose glory? God's glory itself. So that begs the question, why is the earth so corrupt when it is filled with the glory of God? Why is the earth so corrupt when God himself formed it with a plan? See, the earth is corrupt because of two things. One, because of sin. And two, because the righteous is not taking their place in this land. The righteous are not taking their rightful place. The righteous are not taking over the land. They are not inheriting the land. Think about this. Whatever God creates is good. And whatever God creates is for his glory. I want to say that again. Whatever God creates is good. And whatever God creates is for his glory. What makes heaven heavenly and earth a hell to us is us believing in the lie that heaven was created superior. It's us believing in the lie that God wants us to suffer on earth. It's us believing in the lie that God wants to just leave us alone. He's in heaven and he's not coming back to earth. It's us believing in the lie that God only dwells in heaven and he doesn't want to do anything with earth. Remember, the earth and everything in it belongs to the Lord. Even the sinner belongs to the Lord. Even the righteous belongs to the Lord. But guess what? The righteous is meant to inherit the land. Remember, not only God created the heavens and the earth, He created you and me out of the dirt of this earth. I want to say that again. Not only He created the heavens and the earth, He created you and me out of this dirt for His glory. Remember, God didn't just create heaven and earth, but He put the identity of heaven in you and me. What do I mean by that? The day that you got saved, Jesus Himself made you His dwelling place, and now heaven resides in you. Come on, heaven on earth is not a mystery anymore, because heaven, Jesus Himself, God Himself lives in you and me. And guess what? The identity of heaven lives in you and me. Pray this with me. God, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Come on, again. God, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's right. God wants to manifest heaven on earth through you and me. Remember, you are made in His DNA. You are designed and accepted by God.